Assalamu alaikum guys, this is the revision for grade 8. So in the first question we have, check if the following tables represent data that have a proportional relationship. So as you know that, we should have a constant rate, which is k. So we are always trying to find k, whether if it is constant or not. So k is equal to y over x, which means I need to check for each row y divided by x, and then check if it is constant or not. For example, we take the first row, it's 8 over 3. And then when you use your calculator, you can find the answer of it. So you just divide 8 by 3, you will get 2.6. That's repeating. And then when you take the second row, you have 10 over 4. Again, when you use your calculator, you will get 2.5. Okay, now here we have two different values. Do we have to complete? No, because we can see that k is not constant. So here we say that it's not proportional. Why? Because there's no constant rate. So after you show your work, you need to explain why. So it's not proportional. There is no constant rate, which is k. Then you go to the second table. Again, we need to check the same thing. So we need to check the constant k, which is y over x. So we start here. The first value we have is 0 over 0. So this one, don't divide it. When you divide it on the calculator, you will get a math error. So you leave this one. And then you go to 5 over 10. So 5 over 10 is half, or 0.5. And then next one, 8 over 16. Again, it's 1 over 2, or 0.5. But then next one, when you do 9 over 20, it means you should do the division. So you divide 9 by 20, and you'll get 0.45. And then here we stop. We check, we have 0.5 and 0.45. Are they equal? No, they are not equal. So there is no constant rate. Again, you say here the data is not proportional, there is no constant rate. And then you go to table 3. You do the same thing, y over x. So I take the first value, 15 over 10. Which is 1.5. And then I take the second value, 20 over 12, which is 1.6 repeating. Again, we don't have a constant rate. They are not equal, so it's not proportional. Now for the second question. Here it says these three tables represent proportional relationship. So here it's proportional. We need to find the constant, and then we need to write the equation. So first of all, as you know, the constant is k. So you write that k is equal to y over x. Which is equal to 8 over 2, which is 4. So I divided y over x, 8 over 2. The constant is 4. If you check the other values, 16 over 4 is equal to 4, and all of them, because it's already mentioned that the data is proportional. So after you find k, you need to write the equation. We know the equation is y equal to kx. So here k is multiplied by x. So y equal to, since we find k is equal to 4, so it's 4x. So this is the equation. So here you have two steps. You need to find k, the constant, and then you need to write the equation. Now, the second table here, again, we do the same thing. So we do y over x, 7 over 3 to find k. Now here's the thing. When you divide 7 over 3, you will get a value that is repeating. So it's better if you don't write it as repeating value. It's better if you write it as a fraction. So 7 over 3, you will get something like 2.3 repeating. But it's not good if you use it in the equation. So you leave it as a fraction. So again, when you need to write y equal to kx, use the fraction. Don't use the decimal value. So y equal to 7 over 3 x. So this is the equation. And then going to the last table, we need to do y over x. So we divide y by x, and then, so let me take the first value. We have y is 2 over 3, and then over, but instead of writing another fraction, I can write division, because fraction is a division. So we divided by x, which is 3 over 4. Okay, now as we learned, we don't know how to do the division. So we change it to multiplication. So the first fraction, 2 over 3, will remain the same. We change division to multiplication. And then 3 over 4, we have to take the reciprocal of it. It means we should flip it. So it's 4 over 3. Then you do the multiplication. 2 by 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. So 8 over 9, this is the value of k. Now when we use it in the equation, again, we leave it as a fraction. So y equal to k, which is 8 over 9, times x. And this is the equation. Now, question 3. So here we have Raj is mixing different colors of paint. And here we have the table that shows the amount of each color paint Raj used for each mixture. So we have mixture 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he's using red and blue. Now we need to check which one produce the same color. So same color means same rate or same constant. So let me here divide 2 by 1 to find the ratio. So I will do like this. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. And then here again, the same thing, 7 divided by 3.5 equal to 4.5 divided by 2 will give me 2.25. And for the last one, 5.5 divided by 2.5 will give me 2.2. And now we check after we find the ratio or the rate between them, between red and blue. So here we have 2, here we have 2. So mixture 1 and mixture 2 gave me the same ratio. So it means it will be the same color. So it's A. Now, question 4, we have the equation y equal to 12x. So here we have proportionality, since we have the equation. It says the number of inches represented by y, you can see it here, and then x, the feet. Complete the table. So when x equal to 0, what does that mean? It means we should substitute x by 0. It's not 120. We don't just place the 0. It's 12 times 0. It's 12 times x. So you do 12 and then in bracket 0, which means multiply. 12 times 0 will give me 0. So yes, 0 feet equal to 0 inches. And then we have 12 inches or y. So in this case, y equal to 12. So the equation is 12, this is instead of y, equal to 12x. Now, as you know, here I'm trying to find the x value. So you should do always the opposite in order to leave x alone. So what do we have next to x? We have x multiplied by 12. To remove it, we should do the opposite. So we divide everything by 12. And then we will get the answer. 12 divided by 12 is 1. And then 12x divided by 12 is x. So x equal to 1. Now, next one, we have 4 feet, which is x. We just substitute instead of x, we substitute by 4. So you do 12 times 4, which will give you 48. Now here we have 72y. So instead of y, I should replace it by 72. So here we put 72 equal to 12x. Again, the same thing. We don't need 12x. I need only the value of 1x. So we divide by 12. So 72 divided by 12 is equal to 6. So the table is complete now. Now we have to fill in the blank. There are inches, which is y, in 4 feet, in 4x. So feet here is x. So when x is equal to 4, they are asking me about the y value, which is 48. Now, for the second one, we have there are 7 feet. So now they are giving me x. So they said x is 7. Then what is y? Now here in the table, as you can see, there's no 7 here. It's okay. We just replace x by 7 in the equation. So instead of x, you replace it with 7. Now 7 times 12 will give you 84. So in 7 feet, we have 84 inches. Question 5. Sorry. We have 2 cup serving of chicken. Noodle soup has 1.5 ounces of noodles. These two variables are proportionally related. So we have relation between them. We need to fill in the table. First of all, you place the first one. 2 cup serving, which is x. We have 2 cup of serving. And then the second one is 1.5. So here we don't have extra information. It only says fill the table. So you can just multiply by any value that you need. So if I multiply it by 2, 2 cups will be 4. And 1.5 ounces will be 3. Then you can multiply by 4 or just add another 2. So 4 cups and 2 cups will give me 6 cups. So I'm adding them now. And then 3 and 1.5 is 4.5. But still, if you need to fill the table, you can multiply by any value that you like. Because it is proportional, so the answer will be constant. Now, question 6, it says, find the unit rate. So for the unit rate, you just need to divide them. So you have here 1 over 4 kilometer divided by 1 over 3 hour. As we said, we cannot divide fractions, so we turn it to multiply. So 1 over 4, the first fraction stays the same, then division, change to multiplication. And the second fraction, 1 over 3, we flip it up, it's 3 over 1. Now you multiply 1 by 3 is a 3, and 1 times 4 is 4. So this is the unit rate. Now for question B, we have 1 decimal and 1 fraction. So you either can make it fraction both of them or decimal for both of them. So you can divide them. For me, I will make it as decimal. So we have 49.5 divided by 5. Here we have 5.5. It means 5.5 because half is 0.5. Now you have the calculator. You can just divide them. And then the answer will be 9. So like $9 for 1 hour. This is the unit rate. Next one. We have Taha cycled at a constant speed from his house to school, 7.8 miles. This is the distance. And then it took him 30 minutes. This is the time. Then he cycled at the same constant speed. So this is very important. When we are saying same constant speed, and then here we are saying constant speed, it means here there's a constant like k, which means that they are proportional. Then, so he cycled the same constant speed to his friend's house, and it took him only 90 minutes. We need to find the distance y that he cycled to his friend's house, and then round it for 2 decimal places. So if the answer was more than 2 decimal places, we need to round it. Now, first of all, we know that the constant is k, right? Which is y over x. Now, let me write the information that is given. So the first y here, we have it the miles, because it's always distance over time. So we have 7.8 over the time, which is 30 minutes. And since they said same constant speed, it means they are equal. Like k is equal, the constant is equal. Now we place the other information. We know that it's 19 minutes. This is the time in the denominator. But they said that find y, the distance. So y here is unknown. We need to find its value. So since here we have fraction equal to another fraction, we can use the cross multiplication, like 7.8 times 19, and then divided by 30. So 7.8 times 19, and this is divided by 30. So we solve it, and then if we have more than 2 decimal, we round it, but we don't have here. The answer is 4.94. Now, is it correct? Unfortunately not. If you write like this in the exam, you will still missing some points. So we have 4.94 what? We're trying to find the distance. And the distance is given here in miles, so don't forget the unit, please. It's miles. And we check the answer. How many decimal places do we have? We have 2. Here it says round for 2 decimal places, so it's okay. We have 2 decimal places. So there will be no rounding here. Okay, next question. Question 8. We have Yusuf and Zaid are mixing sport drinks for a track meet. So Yusuf used 1 and 2 over 3 cup of powder for every 3 gallons of water. And then Zaid used 3 and 1 over 4 cups of powdered mixed for every 5 gallons of water. Then whose sports drink is stronger? So to find the stronger first, we need to define the ratio. So I'm finding how many cups of powder per how many gallon, or let's say per 1 gallon. So I'm trying to find here the unit rate, like how many cups per gallon. So we need to divide the amount of cups that is used by the gallon of water that they add. Let me do that first for Yusuf. We have, so we have here 1 and 3 over 2. Let me do it here. 1, sorry, and 2 over 3. For this one, I need to turn it to, this is a mixed number. I need to turn it to an improper fraction. How? We multiply 1 by the denominator 3, and then we add what we get to the numerator. So first you multiply and then you add. So 1 times a 3 is a 3, and then plus 2 will give me 5. So it's 5 over 3. And then we need to divide it by how many gallons of water he used. It's a 3. So divided by 3. Again, we cannot divide fraction, so we turn it to multiplication. 5 over 3. But now the second one here, so we put multiply. But the second value here, it's a like a normal number. It's not a fraction. Can we make it as a fraction? Yes, of course. It's 3 over 1. So now here, when I flip it, is 1 over 3. So when I multiply 5 by 1 is 5. 3 by 3 is 9. Now we use the calculator. 5 over 5 divided by 9. 0.5 repeating, like 0.555. Okay. So this is the amount of cups that Yusuf used per 1 gallon of water. Now let's try it for Zaid. So for Zaid, he used 3 and 1 over 4. Again, let's change it to improper fraction. So 3 times 4, 12, plus 1 is 13. 13 over 4. Divided by how many gallons he used? 5. Again, we do the same thing. 13 over 4 times 1 over 5, which is 13 over 20. Now using the calculator, we can get the answer, which is 0.65. So which one used more cups per gallon? As you can see, it's Zaid. So Zaid has stronger drink because he used more cups of powder. Sorry. Next question we have, okay, the inequality. Write down the inequality that define each region. So as you can see, here's the region. It's a little bit yellow, or we have the X sign inside it. So I need to define this region. So as you can see, always they write here the equation, but they put equal sign. We said that when we put equal sign, it's only a line. But when we make it greater than or less than, then it will be a region, okay? So that's what you need to find. Now let me start with the easy lines. For example, we have y equal to 1. So it's that line, the dashed line here that you can see. This is y equal 1. But now I need to check the region. The region is above that line. As you can see, it's here. It's above that line. So I need to define the equation to give me that region up. So when I go up, the value of y will increase or decrease. Yes, when you go up, it will increase. So I need y greater than 1. So let me write. So this is the first equation that we get from this line. Y is greater than 1. Now, for the second line, we have x equal to this one, x equal to. Now, if I check the region, it's on the left of that line. So on the left, it means the x value will increase or decrease when I go left. Yes, it will decrease. So now I need to define the equation for that region. So x should be less than 2 because I need values less than 2. So we write here the second equation, x less than 2. Okay, now the hardest line is the one that has a slope. The equation of that line is y equal to x plus 2. And I need to define this line that covers this region here down. Why? Because the region, it's below that line. Now, in order to find the correct sign of this one, we need to pick a point from that region. From that region that we said it's down, right? So I need to pick any point from that region here, below that line. And then we check it in the equation. Now let me pick a point. As I always said, the easiest point to pick in the equation is the point 0, 0. And as you can see, this point is below the line. So it is included in the region that I need. So when I substitute the point 0, 0, it has to be correct for that equation. Okay? Now let me write the equation down. We have y equal to x plus 2. And now I said that I'm using this point. This point is what? Is 0, 0. So y is 0 in this point and x is 0. Now let me keep the equal sign and complete solving the equation. Equal to. Now on the left side, now I don't put the equal sign. On the left side, I have 0. On the right side, we have 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay, now I need to define the equation. Is it less or greater or what? So since that point, the 0, 0 was in the region, it means it should be correct for this equation. It should satisfy this equation. So now we have 0 and 2, we need to compare them. So for sure that 2 is greater than 0. So that's how we need to define it. So you need to keep the same sign. Now it's not y equal to, now it's y greater than x plus 2. Sorry, less than. Because 0 is less than 2. So y is less than x plus 2. But now we have one more thing I forget to mention about, which is the lines. So as you can see here, the first line is dashed. Like it's not solid, it's not connected. The other line here is also dashed. But that line, the third one, is not dashed, it's a solid line. So why we have like this? When you have a dashed line, it means you cannot use the equal sign. But if you have an equal sign, it means the line is solid. What does that mean? So here I found that the answer is 0 less than 2. But now I should add the equal. Why? Because if you check the line here, it's a solid line. So now the equation is like this. Y less than or equal to x plus 2. And after you find the answer, you write it with the equation y less than or equal to x plus 2. Only the last equation, this one, has an equal sign, by, because it's solid. The other two, they don't have equal sign, so it's not solid. So please, in the exam, write in this order. So put the equation in one side, like here. So it will be easier for me to understand where is it, okay? So these are the equations that define this region that is mentioned here in the graph. So y greater than 1, x less than 2, and y less than or equal to x plus 2. Now, if you need to check it while you're studying, you can also use Desmos. Let me remove these, and I will leave only the equations that we found to check whether it is correct or not, okay? So remember this graph, we have it here, the region. Now I will write the equations that we found. I will leave them here. I will remove everything, sorry. I will remove this part. Let me take them aside. Remove them, okay. Now let me leave these equations and go to Desmos. This is for graphing calculator. So let me write the equations here. We have y greater than 1. It's that equation up. And then here, x less than 2. It's that equation on the left. And then the last one, y less than or equal to x plus 2. So as you can see that you have dashed line and another dashed line because there's no equal sign. And the last one is solid. Now look, where's the region? It's here, the one that has all the colors, the 3 of them. So it's that triangle. Let me go back to the question. Yes, it's that triangle. So these equations are correct. Now let's do the second one. Let me start with the easiest one. We have this solid line. It's defined here, x equal to minus 2. But now we check the region, it's on the right, right? So when I go to the right, x will increase. So it means that x is greater than minus 2. But since we have the solid line, it means we have an equal sign also. So here, we can write it as x greater than or equal to minus 2. We put the sign x greater than or equal to minus 2. Like this, x greater than or equal to minus 2. Okay. Let me put the arrows. So I need the region to be to the right side. Now let me pick another one. So for this line, the one that I am pointing the arrows, we need it to go down because the region is here. Now we use the equation, and as we said before, we need to use one point that is from the region, and it's that point here. It's 0, 0 again. Why? Because it's very easy to substitute. So I'm using this equation now. Let me write it here. X plus 2y equal to 4. Now we replace x and y by 0. So we have 0 plus 2 times 0 is again 0 equal to 4. Now I'm writing the equal sign, but next time I will not write it. Now 0 plus 0 is 0. This is on the left side. On the right side, I have 4. Now again, I need to go back to my point. It's here. Is it from the region? Yes. What does that mean? It means it has to satisfy the equation. So that equation that we have here, 0 and 4, it has to be correct. How can we make it correct? 0 is less than 4. And now it's correct. Means here the sign is less than. Can I put equal to? No, because the line is dashed. It's not solid. So the second equation should be like this. X plus 2y less than 4. Now for the third line, let me remove these. For the third line, it should go up to that side. Why? Because the region again is here. Now for that line, let me choose a point that is inside the region. And again, we have this point, 0, 0. Now let me use it with the equation, which is y equal to x minus 2. Let me write it here. Y equal to x minus 2. And if you check the line, it's a dashed line, so we don't need an equal sign. Now let me replace the point 0, 0 in the equation. So y is 0, and here I have 0 minus 2. Now on the left side I have 0, on the right side I have minus 2. And again, that point is inside the region, so it has to satisfy the equation. It means it has to be correct. So 0 is greater than minus 2. So we go put it in the equation. So we say that y greater than x minus 2. And these are the equations that satisfy the region. X greater than or equal to minus 2, x plus 2y less than 4, y greater than x minus 2. So these three equations represent this region here that we have it. That is common for all the three regions. Next question. Okay, here it says graph. So you need to be familiar with that. With these boxes. So here you have already the numbers. You just need to draw. Graph the relationship and tell whether it's proportional or not. So first of all, you need to place the values. So you have the candy bars, which is X. This is the X value. And then the money received, it's the Y value in dollar. So the first point you have X is 1.5, Y is a 3. Let me a little bit decrease it so we can say zoom out. Okay. I think it's enough. Yes. Now the first point, X is 1.5, Y is a 3. 1.5, Y is a 3. This is the first point. The second point, X is a 3, Y is 6. Then we have 4.5 and 9. The last one we have 6 and 12. And the question says, draw it and check whether if it is proportional or not. So now not by using your hand, no, by using your ruler, you need to draw the line. So you should have a ruler for the exam. Now you try to draw a line that passed the point, and then you extend it. Okay, you have to extend it to check. Now when I extend it, as you can see that, it passes it through the origin 0, 0. What does that mean? It means this line is, or this table, we can say that the data in the table is proportionally related. Why? Because we have, now then in the exam you need to explain. You need to explain like here why. So why it's proportionally related? We can say that because we have a straight line. It's not enough. We might have a straight line, but what? Passing through the origin, which is the point 0, 0 here. So this is the explanation of why this data is proportionally related. Okay, now another question for the inequality. Here we have some equations, but we don't have the sign between them. It says put less, greater, or equal to. And here we have some values that's given, x equal 4 and y equal to 6. We need to place the correct statement. So 2x, instead of x, you need to put 4. But we need to put it in bracket. What does that mean? It means it's multiply. It's not 24. No, it's multiplication here. So this is 2x. It means 2 times 4 plus, then we have here 5y, which means 5 multiplied by, what is y? It's 6. You can find the answer. Here we have 8. Here we have 30. When you add them, it's 38. Okay, now on the left side, we have 38. The right-hand side is 34. So what's the correct sign? Of course, 38 is greater. Now for the second equation, 6 multiplied by x minus y. So first of all, just substitute x and y. Let's here put 4. For y we put 6. And in math, we should always start with the bracket. So you do 4 minus 6 is minus 2. Now this minus 2 in a bracket has to be multiplied by 6 outside. So 6 times minus 2 will give me minus 12. So we have minus 12 on the left, minus 12 on the right. They are equal. Now for the last one, we have 6y. So 6 times 6 minus 3 times x, which is 4. We find this answer. So 6 by 6 is 36 minus 12, which is 24. So the left-hand side is 24. The right-hand side is 25. So 24 is less than 25. Next question. Sketch a graph and shade the region. Okay, this is again related to inequality. But here, this time, I'm giving you the equations. You need to draw it. And then you need to shade the region that surround all the equations. Now we start with the easy one. Y less than 1. Now the line, should it be dash or solid? This is the first question that we should ask ourselves. Less than, do we have equal sign? No. So it's not a solid line, it's a dashed line. So dashed line, y less than 1. First of all, we go to y equal 1. Y equal 1. As we said, this is the x value, this is the y value. Y equal 1 is here. How do I draw the line? Horizontally. It's like this. A dashed line. Now it says y less than 1. Less than, so it means I should go down. So I put arrow like this. So I can know where is my region. Now let's do the second one. We have x greater than or equal to minus 2. Okay, here we have or equal to. So the line has to be solid. So first we go to x equal to minus 2. It's here. So we draw the line vertically. Let me draw it. It's a solid line. Minus 2. So this is the line. It says x greater than or equal to minus 2. Greater. So to increase the value of x to make it greater, I should go to the right side. So it will be a positive value. So x greater than minus 2, it means we should go to the right side. Okay, now here's the thing. We still have this equation. Now for this equation, in order to draw the line of it, we need some points. But before the points, let me try to fix a little bit the equation. Use green for this line. Okay. So here we have x minus 2y less than or equal to 8. Let me take minus 2y to the other side. So I can have y on one side and then the other thing on the other side. So when I take 8 to the left side, I should change its sign. Always when you take value from one side to another, you change its sign. So 8 here is positive, will be negative. So x minus 8 less than or equal to. Now I'm taking minus 2y to that side. It has to be, it's minus. When I take it to the other side, will be positive 2y. Okay, now here in this equation, I need to find the values of x and y. Like here we can divide by 2, but let me leave it as it is. Also, we can leave it as it is. I think it's easier for you. Now, in order to draw anything in math, if I need to draw, I need points, right? How can we get points from that table that you should create? X and y. So how do we get the x values? X values, we name it as a domain. So it's the thing that you can put in the equation. So the x values, you can bring it from your mind, like any value that you can place. Okay? So I need only 3 points. 3 points is enough for me to draw the line. So I will choose 0, x equal to 0, and then I will choose minus 2, and then 2, like 1 negative, 1 positive. Why did I choose minus 2 and 2? Because here, then when I have 2y, I will divide by 2. But anyway, you can choose like whatever value you like for x, okay? And then like whatever value you use for x, and then you find y. So we will have the same line, whatever you use for x. Now I need to find the y value. How? So as we said, x from my mind. Now we need to find y. We have to substitute the x value in the equation, as we did in the previous questions, like we were substituting the values. So instead of x, I should put minus 2. So minus 2 minus 8 will give me, in this side, minus 10. Now, 2y is equal to minus 10. I don't need 2y, I need only y. I need the value of 1y. So what we have to do is we need to divide the value by 2. So minus 10 divided by 2 will give me minus 5. Now we replace the second value. X equal to 0. So choosing 0 is always easy to substitute. So you put here 0. 0 minus 8 is minus 8. And then you have to divide it by 2 to get y, because minus 8 equal to 2y. We need only 1y. So we divide it by 2 will be minus 4. Now the last value, you substitute x by 2. So 2 minus 8 will give me minus 6. Minus 6 less than or equal to 2y. I need again 1y, so we divide by 2. Minus 6 divided by 2 is minus 3. Okay, now we get the point, and no need for the equation. We get this point. Now let me replace the point with the green line, with the green point, sorry. So we read it now like this. X minus 2, y minus 5. We go, x is the horizontal line, x minus 2, and then y minus 5, I need to go down. So this is the first point, minus 2, minus 5. Now the second point, x is 0, y minus 4. X 0, y minus 4. It's here. Third point, the last one, x2, y minus 3. It's here. So 3 points is enough for me to draw the line. So we should cross all of them. Use the ruler. It will go something like this. Now we need to check the region. Like, is it going down? Wait, let me use the arrow to show you. Now this line that I draw, is it going down or is it pointing up? How do we know that? As we mentioned before, use 1 point. For me, I always prefer to pick this point. Very easy to use, 0, 0. Let me replace it in the equation. 0. Here we have 0. So 0 minus 0 will give me 0. Less than or equal to 8. So here we have the answers, okay? Now you need to compare. So we used 0, 0. It's above the line. Now we need to check. We have 0 less than or equal to 8. Is that correct? So is 0 less than 8? Yes. If it is correct, then it means this point that I choose here, 0, 0, it satisfies the equation. So it satisfies the equation. So it is included in the region, which means that that line is pointing up. Now we have the blue line down, the red line to the right, and the green one is up. Now we need to find the region that is between all of them, that is combined between all of them. So let me color the region. So it's what is that one here. So the region is here between all the lines. So this region here satisfy all the equations that we have, 3 of them. So this is how we solve it. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so here we finished the proportionality, we finished the inequality. Now we have the last chapter, which is the percent. So Helen made this amount last year, and then she received 7.5 annual raise. So here you need to understand the problem carefully. They said raise, so we need to add 7.5. What will her new salary will be in the coming year? So this is the original value. As I explained before, the original value, we consider it as 100%. So she is getting 100% plus 7.5%, which will equal to 107.5%. So this is to find the new salary for her. Now we need to multiply the original value with the percent. So here we have 28,395 times. So you can either use 107.5% if you have it on your calculator. But if you don't have it in your calculator, always we are dividing the percent by 100 to make it decimal. So 107.5, when you divide it by 100, it's 1.075. And then you multiply them to find the answer using your calculator. And then you will get this amount, 30,524.625. Do we have here something called round? Do we have rounding here? No, we don't have. And don't forget to put the unit, it's dollar. So she was getting 28,000, something like this, and now she's getting 30,000. So is it reasonable? The question is not asking me, but we need to check in the exam. So yes, it's increased. So I should have more than 28,000, and we got it. Now, question 14. A collector bought a rare coin for $30. The coin is now valued 37.5. Find the percent increase. Okay, as you remember that, I asked you to draw that triangle that helps you to memorize the equation easily. Sorry, not like this. It's like this. So I know that the change is equal to what? The original times the percent. Or the percent is equal to change over the original value. And so on. You can use that triangle. Now here they're asking me for the percent increase. So they asked me to find P. So let's write the equation. P is equal to C over O, which means the change over the original value. Now let me find the change. Let me do it here. The change is equal to the new value, 37.5, minus the original value, 30, which is equal to 7.5. This is the change, $7.5. Now we go back to the percent. We put 7.5 divided by the original value, which is 30. So when you divide it, use your calculator, you will get a decimal value, which is 0.25. But the question asked me for the percent increase. So you multiply it by 100 to make it percent. So it's 25%. So the collector get a 25% increase. Like he increased the price of the coin. The value increased. Question 15. Sorry. Melissa makes apple pies and sells them with a markup of 78. So here we need to understand they said markup. I'm increasing the price by 78%. Write an equation to represent the retail price Y of Melissa's apple pies in terms of original cost X. You know that the equation Y equal to KX, okay? So Y, the retail price, it means the new price that we need, is equal to K, we will try to find it, and then X is the original value. We don't know what is it, the original value. Now K is what? The markup here. They need me to write something to find the new value. So as you know always, the original value, as we said, is 100%. And then Melissa increased the price to make some profit. So she increased it by 78%. So if you add them, 100% plus 78% equal to 178%. and then you divide it by 100, will be 1.78. So this is the equation. Let me show you an example. Let's say that the original price for the pie, let's say it's 10, $10, okay? And let me use it now. This is the original price, X, okay? Let me use it in the equation to check. Will I make it as increase? Because she is marking up, so I should get something more than 10. Let me use the calculator here to show you. So I'll just place 10 instead of X. So I do 1.78 times 10. Then I change it decimal, 17.8. So yes, it's correct. So if the pie is $10, it will be 17.8. Question 16. We have all of last year's car models were marked down. So read it carefully. It said marked down. So the price is decreasing by 25%. Jenna wants to buy a car that now costs $22,000. This is the new value. What was the retail price? The original value. We need the original value, okay? So just first, to find the answer reasonably, so the original value should be more than the new value, the 22,000. Why? Because they are marking down the price and the new value is 22,000. So the answer that I should find should be more than 22,000. So now, the 22,000 here, I will consider it as 100%, and then I will increase that price of it. They mark it down by 25%, so I will add 25% to find the original value or the original price. So here I have 125%. Now I write the equation. I have 22,000 times 125% is 1.25. When you multiply them, you will get 27,500, and then don't forget the unit, dollar. Let's check, is it reasonable? This is the original price or the retail price before the markdown. Yes, it's more than 22. Then after they make a markdown, the price will decrease to 22,000. Now the last page here we have question 17. So Amy and two of her friends ate at a restaurant. Their bill comes $27.63. They decided to split the bill equally. So here we need to stop. They split the bill equally. Let me find it. We have Amy and two of her friends, so in total they are three. The bill is 27.63, so we do 27.63 divided by 3. So because they pay equally, so I need to know each one of them how much they paid. So when I divide them by 3, I will get $9.21. So this is the amount that Amy paid. And also like her friends, each one of them, they paid 9.21. And then let's complete. Amy wants to leave 20% tip. As we said that tip, it means you are paying more. So you pay the bill and then you are paying tip for the waiter or something. So she is paying 20% tip of her portion, like the 9.21. This is the meaning of the question. So what's the total amount Amy should pay including tip? So I find how much she should pay for the bill. Now I need to find how much she should pay for the tip. And then we find the total. Now for the tip, we have 9.21. This is the amount that she paid. And then multiply by the tip, which is 20%. When you divide it by 100, it will be 0.20 or 0.2, the same thing. Now when you multiply them, you will get 1.842. Now here's the thing. If you read the question, it says round to the nearest cent. So, but here this value has 842. Cent is the middle one. The second value after the decimal point is the cent. We need to do rounding for this number. When I round it will be 1.84. Why it's 84? So they said do rounding for this digit 4. You look behind it. What do we have? We have 2. 2, is it round up or down? It's round down. Why? 5 or more, it's round up. Then less than 5 is round down. So here 2 less than 5 is round down. So it's 1.84. $1.84. So this is the tip that she paid. Now we need to find the total that she pays. It's $9.21. This is for the bill plus $1.84 with the tip. And then when you add them, it's $11.05. Don't forget the unit. So this is how much she should pay in total. Question 18. An insurance agent earns a base salary of $19,000, a commission of 4.5% of a sales, and receives an additional fee of $12 for each sale of an investment policy. Okay, so he has salary and he gets commission from sales and he gets fee for the investment that he made. Now the agent had total sales of $80,000. This is for the commission, and 9 investment policies in a month. This is for the fee that he is getting also. Now find his total earning. Okay, now let's first find the commission. So this is for the commission. We have the sales 18,000. He's not getting 18,000, by the way. This is the sales, okay? So he's getting only the commission of it. Very small part. We have 4.5% the commission. We divide it by 100 will be 0.045. Now when you multiply them, you will get $3,600. So this is for the, sorry, this is for the commission. Now for the investment that he made nine investment policies, and then he's getting for each one of them $12. So 9 times 12 will be $108. Now we need to find the total earning for him. So his base salary, that is he getting, plus the commission plus the fee. In total, it's $22,708. Last question. We have a loan officer makes a base salary of 22,500 per year. Okay, per year. This is the base salary. And there's a commission 0.4%. commission of the amount of loans he processes. He also get a service fee. So he's getting base commission and service fee. $1.75 for every loan approval. Now, we need to get the information. Assume that he processes an average of 100,000, is it? Yeah, $100,000 in loans and completes 8 approval application each week. How much will he earn this year? So as you see here, we have some differences in the unit. We have year, and here they are giving me for each week. So we need to find how much. So they give me the amount that he's getting in a week. I need to multiply it by 52 because in a year we have 52 weeks. So I will multiply the amount by 52 to make it in a year. So first, let me do for the commission. So he's getting. So we have the average loan 10. No, sorry, not 10. 100,000. Yes. Now multiply by 52. Why? He's doing $100,000 per month. I need to make it in a year. Sorry, not per month, sorry, per week. I need to make it in a year, so I multiply by 52. This is equal to $5,200,000. So this is the total amount of loans that he make in a year. Now we need to find the commission of that amount. 5,200,000 times, what's the percent? 0.4. Divide by 100, 0.004, which is equal to $20,800. So this is the amount that he gets from the commission. Now the amount that he gets as from the fees. Okay, so he made 8 approval in a week. When I multiply it by 52, I will get the number of approvals in a year. So 8 by 52, 416 approval. And then we have 416 approval, and he's getting $1.75 per one approval. When I multiply them, I will get $728. Now we need to find his total earning in a year. So we add his base salary plus the commission that we found and the fee. And the answer is 44,028, and don't forget the unit, dollars. So please study it carefully, and I hope that you can understand it very well. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Study well, do your best, and don't forget to bring ruler to the exam because you have drawing and a calculator. And goodbye, wish you the best of luck.